I was having a dream. Ever since I was young, I would occasionally become aware, mid-dream, that I was dreaming. This was one of those times. For reasons unknown to me, I found myself alone on a dim, deserted train platform. What a gloomy dream this is, I thought. Then, without warning, a station announcement crackled to life in a hollow, lifeless male voice. A train will be arriving shortly. If you board this train, something terrible will happen to you. An odd announcement, to say the least. Sure enough, a train soon rolled into the station, though calling it a train was generous. It looked more like one of those little monkey trains you find at amusement parks for small children. Seated in a single-file row were several passengers, each one pale and hollow-eyed. I thought it strange, but curiosity got the better of me. I wanted to test myself, to see just how frightened my own dreaming mind could make me. If things became truly unbearable, I could simply wake up. I had learned, in all those years of lucid dreaming, that I could always pull myself free when I chose to. I stepped aboard and took the third seat from the back. The air around me was warm and thick, so vividly real that for a moment I doubted I was dreaming at all. "Now departing," the announcement chimed, and the little train began to move. My heart fluttered with a mixture of dread and anticipation. The moment the train left the platform, it plunged into a tunnel. Strange purplish light pulsed along the walls, casting everything in an eerie glow. This is nothing, I told myself. The tunnel, the odd little train, these are just old memories. The spook house ride I took as a child. My own mind recycling the past. There's nothing here to be afraid of. Then the announcement sounded again. "Next stop, Ikizukuri. Ikizukuri Station." Ikizukuri? I thought, puzzled. Like the way they prepare live fish? Before I could make sense of it, a blood-curdling scream erupted from behind me. I spun around. At the very last seat, 4 small figures, ragged and wretched, dressed in tatters, had swarmed around the man seated there. As I looked closer, my stomach turned. The man had been cut open, his body laid bare like a fish prepared for sashimi, alive, awake, and screaming. A sickening smell hit me like a wall. His cries were so raw and so loud, they seemed to vibrate inside my skull. One by one, the small figures drew out his organs, scattering them, red and glistening, across the floor. Directly behind me sat a pale woman with long, dark hair. Despite the chaos unfolding just behind her, she sat perfectly still, staring straight ahead, utterly unmoved. I was shaken, but I told myself, hold on just a little longer. This is still just a dream. I decided to wait a moment more before waking myself up. When I glanced back again, the man at the last seat was gone. Only a dark, wet mass of red remained where he had been. The woman behind me continued to stare at nothing. "Next stop, Gouge. Gouge Station." 2 of the small figures appeared. In their hands were spoons, jagged, serrated things. They descended upon the woman behind me. Until that moment, her face had been blank as stone. Now it contorted into something horrible. She shrieked directly behind my ear, a sound so violent it felt like it could split bone. Her eyes, both of them, were being forced from their sockets. The smell of blood and sweat was overwhelming. I hunched forward, trembling, staring at the back of the seat in front of me. "It's time to go," I told myself. "I've seen enough." And yet, I hesitated. What would my announcement be? I had to know, just for a moment, before I fled. Next stop, Minced Meat. Minced Meat Station. Of course, I could picture it perfectly, and I wanted no part of it. I shut my eyes, poured every ounce of my will into a single command. Wake up, Wake up! This had never failed me before. A mechanical whirring filled the air. One of the small figures climbed onto my knee, bringing a strange humming device close to my leg. I knew, without being told, what it was for. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Please wake up! The whirring grew louder. A rush of air hit my face. I was certain it was over. Then, silence. I had escaped her. Somehow I had managed to tear myself free. I woke drenched in sweat, tears running down my face. I made my way to the kitchen and drank glass after glass of cold water until, at last, the shaking stopped. It was only a dream, I reminded myself. Terrifying, but only a dream. The next day at school, I told every friend I had. They laughed and found it amusing. After all, it was only a dream. 4 years passed. I was in university by then, working part-time jobs, and I had long since forgotten the whole affair. Then one night, without warning, it began again. Next stop, Gouge Station. It picked up exactly where I remembered. The two small figures, the woman, the jagged spoons. That dream, I realized instantly. I didn't waste a second. Wake up, wake up, wake up. But this time, nothing happened. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Please. Next stop, Minced Meat Station. The whirring started up again, drawing closer. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Please, please wake up. Silence. Did I make it? I thought. I tried to open my eyes. Running away again, are we? The announcement voice spoke, clear as a bell. Next time you come, it'll be the last. My eyes opened. My own room. Real light, real walls, real stillness. But that final announcement, I am certain of this, did not come from the dream. I heard it here, in the waking world, plain as any sound I have ever heard. I still do not know what I did to deserve any of this. The dream has not returned since. But I know, with quiet certainty, that when it does come back, it will be for the last time. Perhaps in this world, it will look like a sudden heart attack in the night. But in that other place, I know exactly what it will be. Minced meat.